Okay. Get this adjust. I should check my phone. Let's hide this. Wait for this to come up. Okay. We are live. Post. Okay. Just give me a second. I know this looks weird now, but this is just some housework. We are live. Paste. Post. Okay. One more stop. Profile. We are live. Paste. Go. Okay, welcome everybody. I am CartoonJohn, or as you know me on as on my internet persona, and this is my attempt number 2. Let me just check how I look. I look okay. This is attempt number 2 at live streaming. Last time, yeah, it didn't work out so well. You could watch the other video, but I would not recommend it because it is unbelievably awful. On screen right now is my background, which if you're watching Horizon Dreamer, as you are known, I know I probably should have asked your permission, but I love this fan art so much that I made it my background. So yeah, both sorry, not sorry, I guess. If that bothers you, you know, let me know. We could talk about it. But anyway, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get started. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna pencil 2 pages, and well, you know, I already wrote the script. The script is written. You know, this is the remake of issue 4, and today we're basically remaking the moment where Jacob screams at Kahlo, you know, then I wish I was dead, and you know, or you should have left me dead. If you've read the original issue 4, you know that was a, you know, for a lot of people thought that was a really powerful moment, but it, you know, looking back on it, it is kind of really tame and held back, and you know, tonally, and I want to make that scene have more of a punch to it. For you non-patrons out there, this is 2 pages ahead, so you're getting a little sneak peek, you know. But if you were all patrons, you know, you would have it, you know. Just saying, $1 a month. Okay. So the first thing I do after the script, which, you know, there are basically 2 scripts. There's the original. I write the comic version of it. You know, I draw it out basically. I take a sketchbook. I sketch it out. You know, not thinking about page structure or anything. It's just me doodling in a book, and then hopefully, you know, just that's basically how I'm writing it. I'm sorry, my phone keeps going off. D&D group, you know, it's that deciding that. Yeah, I'm not good at talking. If you couldn't tell, I'm not very good at this. But hopefully, you can forgive me for that. Yeah, so we're doing pages 15 and 16. And the second version is the actual writing, the structure. So this is like, you know, taking the scribbling that I did in the notebook and structuring it in a way that, you know, is more refining the dialogue and everything, and you know, deciding how many panels are in which page and whatever. And then what I do after that is thumbnails. It's these two pages right here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me check. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. So here are pages 15 and 16 penciled out. You know, you have, sorry, the camera's backwards from my perspective. Okay, so you have, you know, the scene where it's like the argument and then the big moment and then, you know, a moment of silence, couple of beats, and then, you know, Jacob swims away. And that's what we're going to do here. That's what we're going to pencil out. And I went ahead and did the thumbnail beforehand, so that then you have the so that then you know, you won't watch me just down here doing that. So let's just get to it. Hide that. Let's check this. Okay, somebody's watching. If you're watching, you know, say something in the chat. You know, let me know. You know, whoever you are, you know, let me know. You know, let me know you're watching. I mean, I probably won't know right away because I'm going to start penciling here. And yeah, let's get to it. So I use primarily Clip Studio Paint for penciling and inking, and this is probably the best program for especially digital comics. This is the canvas I made that coincides with, let me bring up the image here. Let me bring it up. There it is. This is from Kablam. They're a website that does printing, and this is their template for printed comics. I've been using this ever since I rebooted the series. It's been very helpful and has kept my my pages more consistent. Yeah, this has been very helpful to me. Yeah, so we're gonna make, looks like we got 4 panels. So I'm gonna go to my shape tool here. I'm gonna have black border, white color, and we're just gonna use this to make the borders here, and we'll try and line it up as best as I can. You know, if they're like 1 or 2 pixels off, it doesn't really matter. But sometimes, if you look close enough, you can tell. And we want the last panel to be a big moment, so we will do this. Line it up with these. Oh yeah, and if I go quiet for a while, it's because I'm concentrating on something. I'm not used to trying to talk to an audience. So if you're you know, if I go quiet for a while, you know, just bear with me. I'm not used to talking for long periods of time. And then for the infamous, then you should have just left me dead panel, one big old final panel that takes up the rest of the page. It's not a big enough scene to have it bleed over into the margins, but you know, it's still a pretty big scene, so it takes up like half the page. Alright, as you know, I like having black backgrounds. Hide that, and there is our template for a page. I'm going to go ahead and save that, then under the work files, page 15. I'm going to save that. Let it save. Okay. I'm going to check here. Oh, we got 2 people watching now. Hey. I don't know if I can... Am I seeing anything? I wonder. Oh, what happened? Did my stream go off? Or is it just me? Stream is hell. Okay. Maybe it's just me. Alright. let's keep going. I want to try and Are people still seeing this? Or is it just me? Let me try refreshing this. Okay. Alright, there we go. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry about that. I get very paranoid. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and name this panels. And we're gonna start with the pencils. Okay, I like using this blue color for penciling because it's nice. Now let's check the script and see what happens. So first we should start with the putting in the dialogue. So cheating a little bit, I copy and paste some of it in. Sometimes I'll change it, if I think I have to. Well, that's way too big. Okay. Make that black. Right. And looks like probably want to have that over here. And I'm going to make that actually we want to probably do it to all of it. Hey, he's shouting, Want to add some more emphasis there. Okay. Copy. See, I do this first because it will help me to compose the image around the text, so the text isn't getting in the way of anything. So it'll help me do that. I mean, I can move the text around, but honestly, I've had problems before where I've not had the text compositioned correctly, so it caused me problems later. Okay. I don't want you to save that. Okay. Okay. But it is hot here, by the way. So if I start like sweating or anything, I apologize. But it is seriously like 107 outside. It's not pleasant right now. It's hell hazy and muggy and just not. It's not pleasant. And that thing looks like it's buffering again. Let's take a look. Just okay. Let's not worry about that. All right. Okay. Oh, nope. It's not what I wanted. Okay. And this is the big moment. I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this bad boy in. Yeah, but that's not nearly as strong. And I'm thinking, to really drive the point home, I will use this font. Bring it up. This. Okay. And we'll probably do some. I'll probably do some more stuff to that later, but probably not during this. Probably not during this stream. Let's check this. Is it still? Oh no, is it like having problems? I don't know, but okay. Was it having issues? All right. Okay. Should be okay. I hope. Yeah, no, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. You know, I'm sure people would let me know if it wasn't working properly. If it's not, let me know, please. I want to try and do this more. So let's go ahead and save it now. Right now, we're gonna start the actual. We're gonna start actually doing the thing. So I'm gonna take my tablet here, and it's gonna be over here, about like this. Yeah. I want to change it to the soft eraser, yeah, so I can get that. Okay. Have him be on his conveniently placed rock. It's amazing how many of those there are. See, this one I can justify because it's near a beach. So this one I can actually justify in universe. Have him be like doing that or something like that, and maybe like, yeah, that should be good. Okay. Sorry, my phone is just going nuts. He's a bit too big for that rock, so we're gonna shrink him a little bit. Not gonna change the rock, but we are gonna shrink him to about there. That's good. Make him like that. And actually make the whole thing bigger. He's too far away anyway. So that. Make that just a little bit bigger. Because Kala was going to be over here. Let me check this. Okay. Oh, awesome. Cool. Thank you very much. You know, if anything starts happening, let me know so that then, you know, I can try and fix it, and hopefully this won't turn into the debacle that it was last time. Seriously, I'm actually like genuinely embarrassed by that video. It is not good. It's not good. I should probably delete it, honestly. You know, it's practically unwatchable. Probably like that. Yeah. Maybe have his shoulder be more over here. Put his chest more out. Yeah. You know, by the way, I'm not going to be like doing any inking today because I have come to learn that it's best for me, like me personally, to let a page sit for a little while before, like a day or so, or at least a couple of hours, and then come back to it later, so that then, you know, when I do come back to it, I can see it basically with a fresh set of eyes, and anything that's not good, I didn't think about before, I can fix it. So yeah, so for today, mostly today is just me trying to test the stream, so, you know, making sure the streaming's okay. So that's why I'm just doing these pages, you know, to try and, you know, test it out, you know, and, you know, hopefully I can make this a weekly thing. I'd love to make this a weekly thing if I get enough people to watch. Maybe, you know, this might be too early, you know, at least early for me. You know, it's 4 in the afternoon on a Thursday. It might not be the best time to have a live stream. No, we won't worry too much about detail right now. I'll come back later and bring that down there a little more. The shoulder should probably drop like that. Again, all this will, you know, because what I've started doing is, you know, because I've been sitting on it for like a day, and then I go back in and I can suddenly see everything that's wrong with it. So it'll all be refined and everything later. He's leaning like that, so let's have like part of his tail, you know, going into the water like that. There we go. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe it'd be kind of cool to like see the back fin like up in like a very aggressive, you know, manner. Like I want you know, I want the fin to be very expressive, you know, and like act to stuff, because he can you know, retract it, he can expand it, you know, unlike Kalos, which can't do that. Okay, let's define the rock a little more. A lot of penciling is very messy. That doesn't look right. Should problem. That doesn't. No, that whole thing doesn't look right. Maybe have his hand actually be over here. Yeah, that would. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. Let's see. Yeah. Penciling's probably the messiest process, and the process that I have, you know, I'll admit sometimes maybe taken a few shortcuts that I probably shouldn't have taken, and that has led to some less than stellar art. So I am, for the last couple of pages, have been really trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. And probably. Yeah, let's move on from that. Let's do Kahlo over here. Probably like this. It's always this kind of, you know, this like side angle here that's very, I've had mixed results with. Let's move the ear back a little. Try and keep everything within reasonable proportion. Should probably be a little smaller. Just select him. Make him smaller. No, not that. I'm not gonna dwell too much on a lot of the little details and stuff right now because that'll be for when I come back to this and refine it. Let's double check. That's buffering. I'm just gonna go ahead and reset it. It doesn't seem to be causing too much trouble. Okay. I'm just gonna do the rounds. Okay, nothing new. Alright. This is just a standard headshot. So just a circle. It's not a whole lot to this page. No, that's not. Nope. Right now, this is the stage where the more important thing is to just get everything on the page, you know, and then I can go back and change it. You know, as long as I don't start inking before I'm done, I should be, you know, anything I'm not entirely happy with, I can go back and fix it. So like, try and line it more. Yeah, there we go. And sometimes when I think I've screwed up badly enough, I'll just go ahead and erase the whole thing and start over. Because it sometimes just, you can't salvage something, so it's good to just do that. You know, try again from the... That's a little better. Bring the ear back a little. Also think with a page like this, it's more important to be, you know, expressive and emotional because this is, you know, this is a big moment. This is a turning point for this character who is, you know, going through grief. You know, who is, I guess you could argue, going through the stage of grief, which is anger. So this is like the big blow up, and you know, we've never, up to this point, we've only had 4 issues with this character, and we've never seen this such a visceral reaction before. He's always been very, he's been very timid. He's been very quiet, and to have suddenly this blow up is a big moment, and I want the emotion to be more. I think the emotion should be more important than all the like minute little details. So that's really what I'm focusing on right now, is trying to get the emotion correct. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move that like that. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move this here. Pencil. And this. Always try and make Kahlo have a more older face, because he is supposed to be like a couple months to a year older than Jacob. So I try to make him like a tiny bit older, but not too much older. So he's a little older, but not too much, like a couple months probably. I don't think I've decided what age Kahlo is exactly. Not yet. I think he's almost 12. I think he's almost 12. Just from the top of my head, if I had to guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm the author. It's whatever I want it to be, but, gotta have some consistency. Show, like, this is his blow up when he, he loses his cool. He's not supposed to, but he can't believe this is happening. So he blows up too, and it happens to the best of us. But yeah, this version of issue 4 is going to be, this is as far as the similarities are going to go where this argument, but the rest of it is actually going to take a pretty different turn, doing something that I think I should have done the first time, but for some reason I didn't. So this hopefully will make up for it. That's why I restarted a lot of it, was because when I started it, I really didn't know really what I was doing. So this is, hopefully me trying to, make it better, make it what it should have been in the first place. And for the most part, it's definitely been better. Some parts I'm like, I could have definitely done that a little better, but I'm not going back and changing it now. This is, I have said this repeatedly, this is the locked version. I am not going back. I'm not changing it. Anything going forward, I just have to live with what I have done. Excuse me. Oh. Oh, that's what everybody wants to see. Let's check my thing here. And it's doing that again. Let's reload, see what happens. Okay. Okay, good. It's probably just the thing doing something weird. All right. Try and get the hair flowing. I love drawing Kahlo's hair because it can be very expressive. I can have it, I can have it doing a lot of stuff that's really cool. Like just the fact that it can flow and flow certain ways, it makes it look really awesome. I can have that. That mouth is kind of weird. I'm gonna try and put it more here. Maybe make it a little smaller. Okay, we'll position the nostril down here. Erase this. You have like a, yeah, there we go. Yeah, again, this will all be refined better, when I come back to it, ready for inking. Alright, we got the big moment here. And we're gonna, actually for this, I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna, I guess cheat, but honestly, whatever makes the best page possible, I'd rather cheat a little bit than, do something not good. So if this is cheating, I apologize, but I'd much rather, have something that looks, good, In fact, I'm gonna bring up that original page just for comparison. Let me bring it up here real fast. Let me. The old version. I actually, like, these first couple of pages here, I actually hand-inked this. After that summer I spent in California, I actually wanted to try hand-inking, and as you can see, it didn't work out so great. So yeah, that was the original. I hand-inked that, and it doesn't look particularly good, so let's make this version look good. Let's rectify my mistake. Okay, so already I don't like the placement of the ear. Let's do this. Yeah. I think this might be the page I've spent the last year or so wanting to get to, so I can, fix. So this, especially this page, I'm trying very hard to make, look right, because this is supposed to be a huge moment, and it looks like this. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And so I want it to be really good. I make the mouth super big. This is like, you know, this is like in all of those Christmas Carol movie adaptations where the big screamy moment is when Scrooge screams if they'd rather die, they better do it, you know. Which honestly, my favorite version of that line is from the Patrick Stewart version, the like a Hallmark Channel version, where he doesn't scream it. He just, you know, he says it so calmly, like, "Oh, if they'd rather die, they better do it," and it's like just so chilling and honestly probably a little more real than the, you know, blah, I'm angry and I'm screaming and this is going to, you know, be brought up later and blah, you know. I love more the quiet, just like, yeah, this is what I believe. Yeah. So yeah. Why am I talking about this? I don't know. I'm just trying to not have giant moments of silence like I did last time. This already is probably way too big. Again, anything that's wrong I can adjust later, you know, so I'm not, you know, as much as I want it to be good, I don't want to overdo it, because then I will literally be here all day. So, you know, that'll be for when I come back to this, probably like tomorrow. For all you, you know, all you patrons out there, this page will probably be up by tomorrow. So, you know, you'll see how much changed, how much, you know, how much stayed the same. Oh, that's not, oh, come on, no. Maybe the face, yeah. There we go. So that face is way too, there we go. That's a little better. Maybe the mouth needs to be moved down a little. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. Okay. That's it. That's more like it. Add some. Okay. It's my phone again. Add like, let's go ahead and add the horizon line. You know, this will be, yeah, about where it'll be. Not like that. No. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's just do some quick adding this. Make sure I haven't forgotten anything. This face. I know I'm gonna come back to this later, but sometimes, you know, it's like, ugh, some stuff is like, if I can fix it now, you know, it would be good. You know, so I don't have to look at it later. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit better. That hair will probably need to be adjusted a little. All right, I can't be screwing around with this too much, or else I will, you know, or else I'll go insane. So we'll save. Right. Now, we're going to move on to page 16. As soon as I take a look at everything, let's update this. Okay. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Geez, have I been down there the whole time? Oh no. Let's see. Okay. Jeez, this dumb thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, phone. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted. Page 16. Let's go. Gonna create a new canvas. Why are you... Stop that. Okay. Import our image again. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. Okay. Alright, looking at our... We have 6 panels arranged. So for this page, we immediately pick back up where the other one left off with a big old empty moment of silence. So we'll start with the panels. So that's going to be this top panel here. It's just going to be one big old moment of silence. And I have 2 panels down here where we have the realization set in of what just happened. Come on, come on. Okay. Then we're going to have another big panel here where Jacob jumps off the rock and he's going to swim away. Silent page. No, a page where Kahlo like basically says, "Oh geez, what have I done?" And this time, he is immediately going to go after him. So he's going to follow him this time around. So there isn't going to be the comedic like, wah, wah, you shouldn't have done that. Okay. Let's make sure the panels look okay. Gonna save it. Page 16. All right. We'll start with the pen. Well, wait, no, not pencils. We don't want to do pencils first. We want to start with the dialogue. Phone. Stop going off. I know on the screen here I have, I have dialogue, I have this dialogue, but I think I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to cut these 2 lines out. I'm just going to have I'm just gonna have the panels be completely silent, just expressions. Jacob jumps in, and then the look. Then Carlo has a look of realization, and then there's just going to be like, you know, wait, come back, you know, or something to that effect, like this. And probably have some sound. I'll probably add some sound effects, like maybe have like a splash up here. We'll use a different font for that. Probably Blambastic. That font's so small. Okay. And we'll go ahead and duplicate it and use it down here for when Carlo goes as well. Probably not quite that big. A little smaller. Yeah. I bet that's a feast of the ears for you. Okay. Let's check my thingy. The thingy is still doing that. I really wish it didn't. Okay. Everything's still good, as far as I can tell. I bet $1 million, but I'm gonna watch the playback of this, and like my voice is gonna be, you know, delayed by like 5 minutes or something. That's what happened last time. So yeah, this is gonna be, you know, they're gonna be silhouetted in black. You know, they're gonna be silhouetted in black against the moon. You know, that's what I want. Is I want that quiet moment. So I can be very suggestive with the shapes here, because it's going to be very, you know, they're going to be more off in the distance. So probably more like that, yeah, and have them be more centered. That's good. Have Carlo down here. And have the shapes of the faces. That's way too big. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe see the tail fin back here, like on standing up. This time we can show the tail standing. We can show the fin standing up. I have to make it smaller though. There we go. Like here. Not that. Actually, that dropped in more like that. Make them more centered with each other. Needs to be smaller and closer. Like this. Okay. We're gonna center them. Get them as much in the middle as possible. That should be pretty good. Come on. Boop. And like the other page, I'll have the moon like literally right there in order to give, you know, for a dramatic effect mostly. You know, doesn't have to. It's the rule of cool. It doesn't always have to make sense. Okay. So yeah, they'll, if you saw the other page, you get the gist. They'll basically be black. You know, they'll be pitch black, you know. Let's check this. It's interesting hearing you pronounce Kahlo's name. When I pronounce it, I use the long A sound as in make or aim. So you pronounced it Kalo? It's Kalo. Yeah, I guess his canon, the canon pronunciation is Kahlo. I'm gonna move this down because I'm seeing myself there. There's like only half of me. It's like only half of me. Okay, am I? Let me see. Let me see now. Oh, stupid camera fighting with this thing. Doesn't want to fit properly. Okay. I need... Jeez. What everybody wants to see. Alright, I'm just going to have to live with it for now. I'll have to figure something out. If I'm going to do more of these, I'll definitely figure something out. Wait, is that right? Did you pronounce it Kalo? Do I have that correct? You know, is that right? Because I don't know, that's kind of awesome. I mean, yeah, I'm still keeping it as Kahlo, but you know, Kalo is definitely an interesting way to say it. I guess since I have you here, the pronunciations for the other names are Cathal, Jalin, and Yu. But you know, you probably already got Yu's name, so. You know, when I first came up with Cathal's name, I thought it was Cathal. You know, but it's actually when I looked it up, it's actually pronounced Cathal. So that's how you say it. So, but that's not important. Moving on. that amused. Thank you, Mr. Puzzle. That amused me a lot. I'm gonna try sitting back here. Maybe that'll. Can you see me better? Yeah, maybe that'll work better. I have a dumb little Logitech webcam. It's not powerful, but it does what I need it to do. So yeah, just like maybe just like a moment of shock, and, you know, part anger, part, you know, realization. I don't mean to laugh at you, by the way, if that's what you're thinking. I'm not laughing at you. I just, you know, if it makes you feel any better, when I first read Harry Potter, I didn't know how to pronounce Dementor, so I pronounced it as Dementor. Yeah, I literally pronounced it Dementor. Because I didn't know that it was pronounced Dementor, you know, and I didn't know what Hermione's name actually was because I didn't know how to pronounce it. So it was like Hermione or something like that, you know. So I'm not like laughing at you or anything. It makes me remember, oh yeah, that's what I used to say. Oh. That nose. That's not right. That's not the expression. That's not. Let's go ahead and add those. Let's get real, like. And this is like, you know, if you've ever seen, like, if you ever have been a part of or have been witness to a huge fight, there's always like that moment of just like dark realization of what has just happened, you know. And not to be like too negative Nancy, I have been a party to some of those. Not me personally. I don't really get into arguments and fights and stuff, but I've been around people who had, and it's not fun. It's not fun being a part of that. I try to stay out of drama as much as possible. It's like, you know, like maybe breathing a little bit. Let me. Man, I'm still freaking tiny. I'm still a tiny person. Okay, don't worry about that. Maybe I need to adjust my chair. He's too big. I think I'm smaller. keep the ratio. And hopefully I can make this a weekly thing because, you know, I don't know, I want to engage more with you guys, and you know, hopefully I can find a time that works better. I wanted to do it today. I don't know, just because I was thinking about it, and you know, I've recently started a new job, and now I don't work on Fridays and Saturdays, so that's probably it's probably when I should do a stream. But you know, on Sunday, I mean, not Saturday. Sorry, I can't talk. Nope. Let's get closer. Maybe even just like put like some, you know, something to just a sound, you know. You know, comics are a visual medium, so, you know, whenever I can, I try to tell the story visually, and because, you know, exposition's boring. You know, it is, you know, exposition done wrong, you know, exposition done right is awesome. You know, the opening to Lord of the Rings is one big exposition dump, but it's, you know, it's interesting, it's fun, but, you know, not all exposition is the opening to Lord of the Rings. If you do it wrong, it's not, it's just boring. You know, I took a student writing class, and a lot of like the worst ones I would read would be, you know, just nothing but giant exposition dumps, and, you know, they were the most boring thing to read ever, and just, I did not care, you know. And it's something I find with a lot of you know, starting writers who want to primarily be novelists, is that they want to show how, like, they've done so much research, and they want to show, like, I've done all this research, look at all the research I've done, I'm gonna put it all on the thing. And it's like, oh, that's great, but what does that do, what does all that research have to do with your story? You know, that doesn't, it just becomes, I'm reading a Wikipedia article at that point. I'm not reading a story, I'm reading a Wikipedia article. You know, tell me a story. Don't read a Wikipedia article to me, you know? You know, I have Wikipedia. I know I can read Wikipedia just fine, thank you. You know, but yeah, sometimes exposition, you have to do exposition, but if you have to do it, you know, make it interesting. You know, that's hopefully what I try to do. I don't know if I always succeed, you know. So, but primarily what I'm trying to do is tell a story visually, you know, or through character, you know, if I have to, since, you know, this comic is meant to be character based, you know, I want you to like these characters. I want you to root for these characters. So if I have, you know, if I have to explain something, I'm going to have a character, you know, learn about it, you know, and you know, maybe even learn something about the character. No, the eyebrows are wrong. It's too angry. He needs to be, like, yeah, still like a little angry, but like starting to realize, you know, what he just did, and is now embarrassed and ashamed about it. Squish that a little. Yeah, something sort of like that. Try playing like a more complicated emotion. Like he's both angry, but he's also sad. Like, yeah, I even have like the tears kind of still flowing here. Yeah, speaking of exposition, the fact that Jacob can literally cry at all is going to come up. I'm not gonna say right now, but yeah, that's going to be. It's not a big thing. I don't think it's going to be a big thing, but it's definitely going to be. Let's just say it's going to be a distinguishing feature about him, and what sets him apart is the fact that, you know, he can, you know, do the act of crying. I'll just you know, say it like that. You know, I mean, maybe you could probably guess what I'm going for, but you know, I'll keep it to myself for now. And again, that'll be refined. That's just penciling right now, because that right now it looks like worms. Have like make the mouth a little smaller here. Maybe turn it up a little. Yeah. Now that ear is way too close. Try that. Let's check the thing. Yep. Good Lord, I am like... Look at... This is insane. You know, I'm gonna try something 1 minute. I'll be right back. There. I have raised my chair. I have... Hopefully it will stay like this, because this is what I want, is for you to actually be able and see my dumb face. You know, because then what's the point of having the cam? Alright. Let's go ahead and save this right now. Damn itchy. Ugh. It's so sweaty. It's so hot. Freaking summer. I love you and hate you at the same time. Yeah, I'm actually really liking this look. This looks really good. At least I think it looks good for now. I've had that happen where I'll be like, oh, I think this looks good, and then I'll come back to it after sitting on the, doing the thing where I sit on the page, and it's like, no, no, it is not good. It's actually, it's actually very bad, and it's probably a little too close. You're a little close. Back off a little bit. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get his whole hair flippy thingy in here. His inexplicable hair. Adjust this a little. We want to see the tail, just the tail going in with a big old splash of water. And what I will do later on is I'll look up like a reference from, like, believe it might not surprise you to learn that for a lot of water effects and stuff, I look up screenshots from, like, Little Mermaid or something, so that I try and replicate that because that was back when they actually still hand drew water effects before. I think it was in Tarzan when Disney started doing it, where they started 3D animating the water, and it looks really bad. It looks so bad. I hate the water in Tarzan. It just looks so bad. Again, this will be, like, refined further when I... Yeah, I know this, like, looks messy and incomprehensible now, but, honestly, the most important thing is as long as I can still kind of tell what's happening or what's supposed to happen, then I can, fill in the blanks. And that tail is still... Well, one, the tail's too big, and two, this is too big. So I need... Because I want to have Colo and Frame over here. So we'll have the tail over here. And I can frame, like, all the way over here. The splash, we're going to move up to about here. In fact, I'm going to add an effect on this later, and I might have it go into the margin a little bit, to give it just like a little extra effect. Because with this, you have the margin area that's like it's like if you want full bleed or something, this is the definite. Anything inside of here will definitely be printed. The yellow line is like, you can put stuff in here, but there is a chance it might be cut off. So be careful what you put in. And this red space is definitely, all of this will be gone. So you want to keep anything that you think is important away from this red space. So yeah, I'll have the splash go, out into the margin a little, because I like that idea. I like that effect. I want to be more dynamic, and I'll add like more effects to that as time goes on. Okay. Let's save often. Like, no matter what it is you're doing, whether you are writing or drawing or just whatever you're doing creatively on a computer, save. Like, if I had lost like everything I'd done here, I would be very upset, you know, as you could imagine. Is that... Okay, I hope it's not... I hope the audio is not, like, out of sync. Again, any issues, any problems, please let me know, you know, because then I can hopefully try and fix it. Just checking everything. I'm logged out of that. Okay. Alright. We want the rock like here. Hollow over here, you know, maybe a little smaller, like maybe like that, just like maybe have him be like a little surprised. Oh yeah, and for the last couple of pages, I forgot to make their eyes glow in the dark. You know, that was supposed to be something that happens, is that their eyes glow in the dark, because you know, they can see a lot better in the dark than we do. So kind of like cats, their eyes sort of start glowing in the dark. And I forgot to do that, and I think probably later on today after this stream, I'm gonna go back and like quickly. I'm just gonna go back and quickly correct that and upload it. You know, it's because yeah, I realized I forgot about that. Because that was like a visual cue of like, oh, they can see in the dark a little better than we can, so their eyes, you know, glow. It's like, so he's gonna be back here in the background a little, so he's not gonna be too detailed. Maybe like have one shoulder up a little. Actually, now that this is... Oh yeah, that's way better. Still kind of down here, but I'm not super bad. Let me see, am I still okay? Hello. I'm here. I'm not all the way down there. Can even have his hair like you know, floating on top of the water over here. I love Kahlo's hair, man. I love drawing Kahlo's hair. It's like, it's one of my favorite things. Part of me wishes I could have hair like that, but you know, if you've seen pictures of me with longer hair, you know my hair gets stupid and curly. You know, I have freaking curly locks, and I do not like it. I wish I could have longer hair. I've always wanted to have longer hair, but every time it gets longer, it becomes curly. You know, you've probably seen images of me with slightly longer hair, and it always ends up being curly. So this is really the best hairstyle I can do. I actually have a friend who's grown his hair out for like 7 years, and it's pretty long, and he normally keeps it up in a ponytail. Like, I wouldn't want it to be that long, but it's, you know, I might have Kahlo in a ponytail one day, like, you know, for some, I don't know, maybe some like formal event or something, he decides to put it up. It's gonna be like, you know, as we get into the series more, we find out that the long hair is actually a cultural thing. like something that you know was just more culturally accepted. Probably shouldn't. Well, that's not a major spoiler. I'm already kind of spoiled a little bit with the image, with the son of the blank images I've been putting up lately. Like not full spoil, but definitely like little spoiler. You know, you get the gist of some of these characters' backgrounds. Is he still too big? He might still be a little too big. So let's shrink him down a little. Make him a little smaller, more in the background here. Maybe put him more here, where he can be seen easier, yeah. His what have I done face. Audio in sync, it's okay. Okay. Hey, past me. How you doing? Oh. I have long hair now. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Well, that proves it's further along than this thing is. Must just be my... Yeah, that's awesome. I wish I could do long hair. I already said that. I'm not good at keeping conversations up. And I sound like a crazy person because I'm talking to nothing. I'm sure my roommates probably think I'm nuts. Ah, they all... Oh, whatever, right? Yeah, have his realization. Actually, don't make it more like... Yeah, more here. Yeah, have it like a major, like, oh, snap, you know. That's a genuine emotion. Oh, snap. Actually, that does... No, he can't look like he's looking into camera like, this is your fault, audience. You did this. You did not do this. I love all of you. I love and support all of you. That face is way too... You've probably noticed I tend to draw like very big. You know, I don't know, it's just always how I've been. So, you know, digital art's especially good for me because I can resize everything to not be quite so huge. I want you to move down. Like that. Even have him be smaller. Yeah, more like that. More down here. Like a really taking in what he just did. Or what just happened, even. Yeah, there we go. Again, I shouldn't finick with this too much because I'll be coming back again anyway. Okay. Stop clicking on that. It's for later. Maybe you can even like, oh, that'd be okay. Not even just be like, oh no, like a real quiet like, oh no. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Like really like, yeah, it'll be like a really like quiet like, oh no. Yeah, there we go. That come in a little more. Like, go away. Go away. Go away. Okay. I need to look good for the people. And then we see his tail go in. Actually, actually no, not like that. Let's see the dorsal fin. Let's see the dorsal fin go in. Yeah, more like this. Have like the fin be... Yeah, show it more like that. That'd be cooler. That'd be better. And distinguishes him. Like some motion lines. Add some motion lines here too. Okay. Okay, that'll be straight up water right there. Okay. That should be good. All right. And that is, at the very least, the first draft of the pencils for page 16. And, yeah, I think that's going to do it for me for now. You know, this was mostly done as a test. You know, let me know if you want to see... Let me know if you want to see more of this. You know, let me know if you want this to be like a weekly thing. I know mostly one person has been watching this, but you know, maybe I can find a better time, you know, and yeah, hopefully people. This is going to be archived, so people can go back and watch it anyway. So hopefully people like this, and hopefully the quality is a lot better now. So yeah. I guess I'm going to sign off for now, guys, but let me know if you liked this. Let me know if there's a better time I could do this, so that then if you're watching after the fact, you know, you can watch live. And don't forget to check me out on my, you know, for my DeviantArt page or my Tumblr page, the Tapas page. You know, be sure to subscribe to Tapas. That would really help me out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe anywhere else, you know, this YouTube channel, you know, then you get notifications whenever I'm streaming, you know, let me know if you want that. Yeah, that's gonna do it for now, so take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.